Hey, Julia Barzyk here from Wise Investigator. This last week, PIs have been expressing concern to me and even panic over the situation with these executive orders and memos that are instructing our government agencies to take actions that affect research funding. And specifically, we're going to talk about science and engineering research funding and also funding for education. And my message here is not to panic. So I'm going to be breaking this down in my newsletter, which you can get by email. It comes out every Sunday. That's totally free. I'll link to that. And I will break down some items for you to think about that might help give you some context and make case put your mind a little bit more at ease. And again, I'm not going to get into all of that in a short video, but the main message that I want to share here in the short video is not to panic. So this is a message for PIs, for faculty. So I'm speaking to a narrow audience here. There are other folks at your institution who are in roles where their job is to stay abreast of these developments, really stay on top of them as best as they can and develop strategies and responses, and that's happening. You as an individual PI, you don't need to be doing that work yourself. You are going to get instructions on how to handle this. The other group of people who's working really hard to mitigate the situation are our civil servants. So these are folks who work at our government agencies and they know how to deal with these kinds of challenges. So my message right now, very briefly, would be to remain calm, to see how things play out. We need to give all these things time because there's going to be challenges to some of these instructions, and there's going to be, yes, some programs that could be rapidly affected in a negative way, but there will be many more that will be able to continue in some fashion while a lot of these challenges are worked out. So if you are concerned about what you're seeing in the news or what you're being forwarded on email, it's completely reasonable. But remember to stay focused on what you can do within your control. You know, what can you actually do to advance your career? And right now, focusing on the important research that you're doing, focusing on supporting the students and others that you're working with and that you are supporting. And keep your mind focused on what's important and let your values guide you in the decisions that you make in terms of the activities that you engage in and what your priorities are. So don't panic. Seek the advice maybe of a senior mentor, someone who's been through decades of ups and downs that affect a career. And get some perspective from maybe somebody like that. This is definitely a time where we want our actions to be informed by wisdom. And if we don't have that wisdom ourselves because we are new to the role, we're just learning things, then seek that from other folks. But I will break this down in the newsletter, which I will link to below, and give you some things to think about here. But just keep doing the important work you're doing is my message for today. Thanks.